I have reassured myself a million times that I wasn't an alcoholic. Oh, but I never drink to get drunk, bro. Oh, but I only drink beer. Oh, but I drink slowly to give my liver time to decompress. Oh, but I never get hangovers. Oh, but I can still function and hold a job. And I don't have any symptoms yet. The thing is, damage from alcohol is more like damage from radiation. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters to your body is grams of ethanol consumed per 24 hours. Oh, but I never get drunk, I only drink beer and I spread out my pints to maintain a buzz. That's just more time spent exposed to low-level radiation. Your liver doesn't know it's beer. It only knows that it's processed about 200 grams of ethanol that day. I used to do such elaborate mental gymnastics to justify why it was okay to drink and why I wasn't doing any damage. The thermic effect of alcohol is pretty high, so my body will actually be using 20% of the calories in beer to process the other 80%. So I'm not consuming 1400 calories, more like 1100. I'll just walk 10 miles as I drink so I can burn all that off. I actually did this exact thing earlier this year. I did the midwit calculations. It worked, but at these quantities and all that up and down movement, what you actually end up doing is you end up turning your stomach and guts into one huge shaken upside down beer bottle. And the cap at the bottom gets looser and looser with each step, if you know what I mean. Then I remembered that about a third of calories in beer were from carbs. So I tell myself, vodka is actually less caloric by volume if you dilute it in sparkling water to the same ethanol concentration as beer because it lacks the carbohydrates that beer has. It's also less acidic. No phytoestrogens from hops. It costs about the same per liter, if not cheaper, and the sparkling water acts just like the carbonation in beer to force the alcohol down your stomach and into your bloodstream faster. It's a perfect concoction to maintain a buzz with less calories. So I did that too. It worked, but it didn't address the fundamental problem of exposure to ethanol. It made it worse. I had now constructed a coping mechanism around, as funny as delusional as it sounds, health-conscious drinking. And this has been one of the biggest traps for me, the conviction that over the years I'd managed to find the perfect balance to keep myself in a cheap permanent buzz with minimal calories and a slow pace to allow my liver and kidneys to decompress. The conviction that my drinking wasn't problematic because I hadn't been drunk in over 7 years, that I've actually been slowing down and reducing the impact alcohol had on me because I was no longer drinking 2 gallons of beer or a gallon of red wine or half a gallon of vodka a day. I would limit myself to only a half gallon of beer at noon and would go for another half gallon in the evening. And because my body could handle it so well, because I wasn't slurring my speech, because I was a jolly alcoholic who didn't ruin his relationships with his family, who could hold a job, who could quit cold turkey and not go through withdrawals, that I had mastered my body and found a safe way to do it forever. I started my last video with the pretty strong claim that you keep relapsing because you can't find a good reason not to drink. That's not exactly true for everyone. I started thinking about my family and how my drinking had impacted them, how they would feel if I was gone. Many of you have families, kids, many of you have symptoms. Maybe you've already been diagnosed with a health issue, but you still keep drinking. You have plenty of good reasons not to drink, but addiction isn't a rational thing. It tricks us, it makes us dismiss the consequences and discard long-term thinking in favor of short-term relief. I'm not dead yet, I'm still here, until that's no longer the case. If you can drink like a normal person and stop after a couple drinks, if alcohol energizes you, makes you euphoric, maybe it's not your fault, maybe you're just wired for alcohol addiction. But that doesn't mean that you're weak or helpless. I can live without a drink, but I can't live with just one. If that resonates with you, stick around.